All right, guys, so welcome back to the channel like always, and today I have another review. Now, when I happen to find this at Ross like usual, this is actually called the LG XBOOM Go P2. Never heard of these up until this moment, but surprisingly, they weren't necessarily as bad as I thought they were, and I know what you're thinking, this is going to be a bad review. It's actually not bad for certain people. Regular price is $50, $39.99 is what I pay for it at my local Ross. So, and they are dual speakers, believe it or not, that can actually sync separately. Ooh, get out of here, right? But anyway, like and subscribe, and let's get into this video right now. Now, like all my videos, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this right away. Well, not all of them, but the more recent ones. Skip to the part that you want to. Timestamps will be in the description. And so there you go. You don't have to listen to me rant for 20 minutes. So the moment I purchased these, like I said, they were $39.99. And to be honest, I wasn't looking for any speaker. Now, when you unpackage this yourself, these are individually wrapped. They're not wrapped like this. They're individually wrapped, and then they're placed inside at like so. But you will have some type of wrapping, so please be aware of that. I just happen to take it off because I already used them before to see how good they sound. Right here, we have the micro USB, as you can see, for both sides, because remember, both of these are separate speakers. So if you decided to give one away, you could, and they can work independently, or they can work together. And what I'm going to do is fumble through syncing it in real time for you guys so you can see exactly how they sync together. So while I'm babbling about, let's talk some tech specs right here. 5-hour battery life, so it's not the longest. I would have thought that this would have had closer to 8 to 10, but 5 hours isn't horrible at all, so I'll give them that. You do have your aux cable right here. You have your USB-C. So be aware of the fact that, you know, I personally would never use anything that has an aux cable in this 2023 age, but some people will, and it is available for you to do that. It is a small speaker. As you see, it's a little clip right here. These have IPX5, so for you guys that want to sit by the pool or be in the gym and something happen to spill on it, it should be fine. But don't go swimming with this. Like, I know a lot of people want to go underwater. You need a higher rating for that, so please be aware of that. They do have voice command and work with Google, and I believe with Siri, but I know they work with Google for a fact. I've actually checked that out on the website, but again, a lot of people won't necessarily use those features. The speakerphones have mute, so apparently you're able to actually make phone calls on this, so you still would be talking through your phone, you just be listening through this, so be aware of that. The wireless party link. Now, if you're wondering what that feature is, like I explained earlier in the video, these guys have the ability to be able to link to each other. So if you look up top right here, these are the physical buttons: power button, pair button, plus and minus, skip the song, pause, and this is the mute button right here. Now, what I will also say is my experience, I actually had to press these buttons together to kind of have them read each other and sync. So I want to do that in real time. Even if I fumble, listen, I'm going to still show you guys because it's realistic. Everyone doesn't get it on their first try. So I want to keep things as realistic as possible. So far, the speakers look good. They do feel premium. They're nice, they're heavy. I know I knock on stuff, but like when you shake a speaker or you knock on it, you feel the weight distribution and things like that. It looks like they put some time into it. Even the felt right here feels pretty good. But outside of that, I babbled enough. It's time to see how you sync these in real time. All right, guys, so right now I'm going to show you how to sync this bad boy. But before I do that, there's something else that I do have to actually show you. And I got to charge this phone eventually too. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and put the instructions right here for you guys so you can go ahead and screenshot it for yourself. So you see the playback controls, the Bluetooth, how to initially turn them on. Right here, we have the speakerphone, volume, voice command, dual mode. Dual mode is what we're about to do in a moment. And I'm going to show you how to sync it. So I'm going to try it my way before I try it the proper way. If it works, we're good to go. You do have the little reset button right there, which I forgot to mention in the beginning. So just please be aware that that's everything right there. So, and again, timestamp, screenshot what you need. Let's get on with this video. So right here, what I did was I actually hit the power button, turn them both on, right? Because when you do that, they're both on. I did it at the same time so they both come on. And if you look at the front of it, right, they don't necessarily sync with one another right away. It just doesn't happen. You could actually sync these separately. They don't have to be together. So let's go ahead and go into the settings. Let me see if it's in sync mode. And come on. You know, it's funny. I need to get a newer phone for this because this thing is trash. This is an old Metro phone that I use, and it's time to upgrade my Bluetooth phone. But anyway, here's the LG P2 right here. Now, that's separate. What we're going to want to do is we're going to hold on to the Bluetooth button for a few seconds. All right. They're both like in a sync mode. One is going to sync to the other, so just give it a second. It better sync to the other one. You know what? I think I didn't even hold that button properly. It's probably my fault. Yeah, it is. Let me do that. There we go. I was supposed to hold both the buttons, and I didn't do that. I know I felt something was wrong. So they're actually going to find each other right now, and they should go through the pairing process. There we go. So one is now synced to the other. And that is how you sync the Bluetooth. Very simple, very simplistic, 2 ways to do it. So you can hold this button, power it on, let them sync separately, or you can do what I just did, which was hold these Bluetooth buttons, let them find each other, and they'll sync to one another. So now when we go through the process of actually scanning, let's give it a second, it'll pop back up. Eventually. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Oh, don't give me no trouble now. See, don't you hate it when stuff want to give you trouble? No, don't do that. You're still in sync mode. There we go. LG P2 B7. There we go. So now, I'm gonna press OK. They're synced. Both of them work now. So it's very, like I said, it's an easy process. It's just that if you don't read the instructions, if you don't follow the proper way to sync it, you're going to have a hard time. And a lot of people just rip things open up the box immediately and just expect it to work. Sometimes you do have to do a little bit of reading, but that's one of the reasons why you watch YouTube videos, because I don't feel like reading stuff and I'd rather someone just show me. So with that being said, that's a syncing process. Let's skedaddle to the next part where we're going to talk about the sound itself. Alrighty, so what you're here for in the first place is how good do these guys sound in real time, especially with that $50 price tag. Granted, I might have paid $40 for mine. It doesn't change the fact that, let's put some product placement in this video. There we go. It doesn't change the fact that they may sound good, they may sound bad to certain people, but again, temper your expectations. These did make it to a Ross store for a particular reason, and the fact that they're not that expensive is very telling, especially for an LG name brand. But anyway, I babbled enough. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I normally do. Just go to my files, go to videos, because I didn't convert the song properly into an MP3 or MP4. Instead, I left it as a video, and we're gonna play some tunes. Okay, all right, first let's start off. Remember, YouTube-friendly music, guys. It's about halfway up there, and they do have their own individual volume that we talked about. Sounds pretty good so far. It's very clear. Turn it up. Whoops. Turn it up right here. Fuck. Okay. They got a little volume on them. It's not bad. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. All right, so actually almost cursed in the video. I had to catch myself. I forget what channel I'm posting on sometimes. So let's go ahead and try my usual song, Fire and Ice, so we can just get an idea of, just, quality of instruments playing. You can just hear it for yourself. Sounds very clear, very good. LG's always been good for quality of sound, if we're being honest here, and they don't miss with this one. Waiting for the beat to drop. Let me skip forward a little bit. All right, that part's not popping up. All right, so anyway, that's good enough for the music test. So you heard it in real time. Again, I won't hear how it sounds until I watch the video. So, what I'm experiencing in person is going to be a little bit different than what you guys are actually hearing. It might actually sound better on my end. But the speakers sound very, very good. They do have bass. Now, the problem with that is obviously if you're using a bass booster on your phone, which a lot of phones have that, Apple has it in their own music settings, it could dramatically change how the music sounds. So it's one of the reasons why when I play music, I always use a generic music player with no type of equalizer whatsoever, so you can make sure that these are ideal in just everyday situations. Also, what I will say is that, again, for the price tag for $50 regular on the LG website, I don't think these are bad at all. As a matter of fact, I used to have something that was made, I forgot the company, but I used to have him and her speakers basically for me and my wife that I got through T-Mobile many, many years ago when they used to sell actual Bluetooth and different things rather than generic products that they sell now. And, this is basically replacing that. Now, I just happen to find these sitting in the side of a Ross in the box that you see here. And I said, for about a week, I passed it by because I was like, I don't really need these. I didn't really care. But after a while, I said, I'm a tech reviewer. And as amateur as the channel is, hey, let's get some stuff that might be of better quality that you guys might like. So hopefully enough people will see this and actually like it. But anyway, all I can say is the music sounds very, 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 very clear. I didn't have any issues on any volume when I played it myself at home versus what you're hearing right now. What I will say is that if you're in a busy room with people talking, it can drown out the sound of the speaker. Even though the vocals are very clear, it doesn't matter. People cackle, they laugh, they're loud. Just a group of 3 people can sound like a whole subway train, depending on the type of conversation that you're having. So you can overpower these speakers very, very easily. The 5-hour battery life isn't bad. I do think that that's pretty much the average for speakers nowadays, though most of the ones that I personally own are 8 hours, 10 hours, 15-hour, Bluetooth speakers, but they are a little bit more expensive than $50 that we see right here. So, you got to kind of be aware of that. But, at the end of the day, like I said, this could be hooked up to multiple devices. It could be hooked up to, like I said, 2 are hooked up right now. I could have also synced it separately, but I don't see the point of using the speaker that way. I will always use them together. So, again, be aware of the fact that because it's 2 speakers, you're going to have 2 ports right here. So you are going to have to charge them both separately. And needless to say, which I probably have to say this, and I should have said it at the beginning of the video, don't use this if it's wet. I know it's common sense, but common sense is not common anymore in the times that we live in. Oh, push that to the side. And that's about it. So they sound very, very good. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to the last section to see, are these actually worth purchasing? So get my product placement in the way. Go ahead, LG, sponsor this channel because y'all don't know what y'all doing at this point. But anyway, are these speakers actually worth the asking price? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is say yes, because it's 2 of them. Now, if it was one of these speakers by itself, okay, it's just one button to turn them off. That's cool. So I was holding the button, but it turns out if you press the power button once, they shut right off. So let me say this. These speakers are worth it. They are and they aren't. Let me explain both reasons. The reasons that they aren't worth it, and I want to do that one first. No, I'm going to say the reasons why they are worth it. The price tag is $50 brand new at LG's website. Now, the quality of sound is pretty decent for these speakers. And you get these if you want to clip them on your jacket, throw them in your book bag, have something just to play a podcast while you're sitting inside of a coffee shop, whatever it is that you plan on doing. Again, not a podcast at a coffee shop, but you know what I mean. Like the individual speakers themselves don't really have that much kick, but when they're together, they sound very, very good. It comes in a double pack as is, so you're getting 2 for the price of 1, while so many other companies will sell you 1 little speaker that may or may not sound as good. I can't say, but the price tag normally is over $50 for something of this quality. So yes, they're definitely worth the $50. You can give one away, you can keep one home, you can take one to work. The possibilities are endless. Well, they're not endless, but they're actually very limited, but you get what I mean by the speech versus having 1 speaker. Now, the reason that I would say that they aren't worth it, and this is not a really big reason, but I'll just say it because it's a realistic expectation, is that you're not going to find these really in a normal store. If you're shopping at Best Buy, Target, Walmart, Sears, if they're still around, you're not going to find these in a store. LG has fallen off the face of the earth for the most part in terms of, making phones. They stopped doing that because they were a failure at it, and they were overcharging for garbage. So they failed miserably. Now they still make TVs and other things, but this has been out for a little while. So, kind of be aware that this is not a brand new product. When I tried to search reviews for this to see how many people actually bought it, it was just basic common reviews of people holding their shaky camera phone. And I was just like, okay, so this is not that popular. Like, I was looking for the Marquises of the world and Flossie Carters to see if they actually reviewed this, and it looks like nobody did. Maybe they did, and it's just so buried into their videos, but when I did a search, it didn't pop up. So I'm assuming that I'm one of the few that actually purchased this, that thought it was worthwhile. And again, since it's not in the regular stores that you would shop around at, this isn't something that you're going to run to the LG website for. 9 times out of 10, you're going to find an Anchor speaker, which I've done on this channel, that will blow this away in terms of bass by far. So it really depends on what it is you're looking for and what type of sound you're looking for and how much longevity and battery life that you're looking for. So again, if I got my Anchor speaker at Ross, which was like $49 or so, this was $39. So it had bass boost. It had like a 20-hour battery life. It had substantially better speakers. So it's like, again, when you categorize this, when I look at a $50 price tag, I look at it between 50 to 70 in that range. It's still under 100. And then when you go to 100, then you're looking at, a different category of speaker. These are not bad for the price tag. Now, if this stayed $39.99 regular, like the Ross price, absolutely, this kicks a lot of speakers' asses, just being honest here. But because it's, it's an oversaturated market with so many Bluetooth speakers out there, that realistically, if I showed you these and then you saw so many others online, Bluetooth wireless speakers, so many different things, you may not pick these. But again, LG does still make quality speakers. I'm not going to sit there and count them out and act like they don't. They're still a decent company, even though they're a miserable cell phone company. But they still make other amazing appliances and products, and speakers has always been one of those things. So that is my answer to whether they are worth it or not. So anyway, I'm not going to hold you hostage any longer. Like and subscribe like always, and I will see you guys in the next video.